Hello again, YouTube. After a disaster of a flight last night, I'm going to try it again. I had a problem with my vStates install, and I fixed it. Did some testing, and I think we're good now. We are just sitting here admiring that, the reflections on the metal right there. We're sitting at Myrtle Beach. This is where I was going to go to last night, and I just decided, I'll just start from there. Why not? And I used to work here years ago. So let's zoom out. Those hangars aren't, in general, the airport looks right. In general, kind of. Verticalsim is working on a new version of this, or they were last time I checked. It was put on hold so they could finish up Tampa. So yeah, this used to all be an Air Force base. So yep, pretty cool. There should be hotels all the way up and down here. And that's Myrtle Beach State Park right there. But anyway, that's not too bad. Maybe we'll see some of those. Maybe if I can figure out how to edit this stuff, I could do it myself rather than complain about it, huh? So, airplane's ready to go. Just load up KMYR and check the flight plan. We got a flight plan, and I'm flying into Baltimore-Washington, and my plan was to go up the coast. Really, where I want to go up the coast, I am going up the coast, I guess, but I wanted to go up the coast once I get up to New England. Really, I want to see what that's like. I've never flown it, not with ortho, and I've checked my vStates up there, and it looks like it's going to look okay. So here we are. What runway are we using? Let's have a look. Runway 36. So coming down here. Bravo to Bravo 1. So now we know that. Icing fixed. All those are off. That's good. So
American 1476, clear direct flight, increase speed of 300.
And I wonder what VATSIM's doing. Well, they're actually
American 899, flight level 290.
American 899, center, roger.
They're on. Question is, do I want to mess with that? Because that takes time.
Aural warning, okay.
Let me ponder it a second.
Alaska 1142, contact center 128.6. 128.6, Alaska 1142.
They are loaded up with ATC right there.
TAWS system test. Okay.
American 2471.
So
Contact
nav
LA center
strobe.
128.15.
2815, have a good one, American 2471.
Alright.
661, question?
Ignition, oil pressure, NG coming up.
What was the arrival that you gave me there? There's an Ernie 5?
And United 621 is the Turtle 5, TRTLL5.
Turtle 5, right, get that back to you.
Alright. Shut it down.
Center American 1029, got a 24-330.
American 1029, center, roger. Clear direct Parker, amend altitude, maintain flight level 290.
Okay, 290 now, direct Parker for American 1029.
Everything's okay. Did I do something wrong? What would I have done wrong? That's there. Oh, I never introduced the damn fuel. What a bonehead. Okay, we're still ready to go. Let's do it again.
Airchannel 5896, cross full, want to maintain audible 250, maintain the 300 knots, radar and close eyes.
Restart the timer.
Cross Scholar 250 and 300
Two.
radar.
Starter ignition oil pressure. What a bonehead. I can imagine myself walking out of the airplane and explaining that to the mechanic. What's wrong? That just tells you something right there. Gene, hi. How are you?
Southwest 1095,
You know, I like to, you know, unless I'm tired. If I'm tired, I just chill out. But whenever I'm in the mood.
Delta 2147, roger.
Whenever I'm, it seems like I'm always in the mood lately, huh? That on.
American 1029, contact gunner 1.
Yeah, I was just sitting here debating on going on to VATSIM. And
American 10, correction, American 14 and 7.
I didn't.
Cross full, want to maintain audible 250,
Not yet.
300 knots.
Not too late. Yeah, last night was a disaster. That's part of the reason I wanted to do it tonight, though, to be honest. Was I had it on my mind and I wanted to verify that North Carolina was working, and I went on up the coast. I kept loading airports trying to see if there's any other spots that were a problem. I was going to jump on VATSIM and join you, but X-Plane caught me with an update. Are you updating to 13?
American 2431 with you 28 for 290.
It's a quick update. It doesn't take hardly any time at all. If you want to do that. Yeah, 13. If you had 11, I had 11 before. 12 never even made it, well, it barely made it out the gate. They had to pull it back. So if you had 11 to 13, it just takes a moment.
Okay, well, speed normally, American 10 24.
You know, it has to scan your files. That's the thing that takes the longest. But I can sit here, you know, take you 5 or 10 minutes. Hell, I will be sitting here. All right. I've never done a VATSIM group flight before, and that would actually be pretty cool.
Southwest 2049 370.
Southwest 2049,
Oh, I've got to shut. Where is it?
American
Traffic global.
899, reduce speed to 280 knots.
Here.
280, American 10.
Where's global traffic?
Southwest 2580, 60 cent via the Disney for arrival.
Yeah, the Disney 4,
There it is.
2586.
We'll do that. And
Maintain 300 knots for greater.
shh, be quiet. There we go. Not gonna download anything. Yeah, that's fine. Let's see. So flight plan. Yeah, let's turn it into a group flight. Okay, close. And gonna be IFR. Call sign is good. I'm gonna put down 240. I don't think it's 240, but I was putting down 300 for the airspeed. And that wasn't right either. KMYR. We're we're going right over the top of DC if you follow the same flight plan. Let's see, and departure time I'll say is 1:47. That's good. And let's see, what did I want to get here? Oh, I wanted the altitude. 290. 290. I got my flight plan off a sim brief. If you need it, let me know. I just picked the top one. It's direct CRE, which is Grand Strand to Wilmington, J40 to Jagum to Thump, the Raving to BWI. Let's see, 147.290. Destination airport is KBWI. I hope they have an FBO there. Estimated time en route is, I'll go up there and get it. Airtime is 1:26. 1:26. All right. 1:26. Where are we here? If this thing had a COM 2, we could talk on COM 2, but it doesn't. Maybe we could do that with the Zebo sometime. That'd be fun. Okay, so I may add a little bit of fuel once I get done with all this. Let's see, so where am I? I'm got the inertial separator on. I haven't checked my generator. It's probably sitting, my battery's probably sitting there going, what are you doing? Not quite, it's okay. So that's good. Doing my things. And oxygen, I remembered. And bleeds. AC. 27 degrees. Crank it up. Alright, so do I have my flight plan ready to go here? Alternate, what is my alternate? I didn't even look. KJFK, are you serious? How about we do KTTN for an alternate? That's what I'm going to use. Or PHL. I'll do PHL. And Richmond. Wilmington. There it is, Baltimore-Washington. It's actually inside the red circle. Just looking for where we would park. There is general aviation parking. Runway there is 5,000 feet long. Could land over there on, let's see what runway we picked. Three left is what I picked, or what the software picked, which is a big runway. But, and I don't know what approaches it has to this small. It does have an ILS to, does. It is an ILS to 3-3 right. Do I use Discord? Yes, I do. I'll watch you fly while I'm updating. Well, I'm still updating, so, you know, I can wait. I have a Discord channel that I've just never really used. My son set it up for me. I can find it. Let's see, so if I go invite people. Let's see. Use copy button. Okay, so if I do that, let me send you an invite. I'll just post it up there in the chat. Let's see, YouTube. And Studio. Here. Yeah, I've never used this Discord. I use Discord all the time, just not for this. There it is, if you want to join that. We could try it. And, actually not a bad idea. Let's see. I don't know if you have Verticalsim's, Baltimore-Washington. They've done a bunch, I would say a fair number of airports up in the Northeast. They've done Baltimore-Washington, Norfolk, which is really east, and then they've done Providence, Rhode Island, and a couple more up there, Long Island, MacArthur. Okay. But they, I just found, you know, and everything's on, almost everything's on sale right now. So if you wanted a Baltimore-Washington, you could apply that. But feel free to join the Discord, and maybe we can do a voice call or voice chat while we're either while I'm flying or while we're both flying. See if it'll share the audio while we do that. I'm not sure if it will. I need to take my chocks off. Let's see, so I need to get my flight plan in. Let's see, this is this. I can connect. Okay, flight plan. Let's see, is it ready to go? Fuel on board. I'm gonna put the fuel. It's 3 hours. Okay. Where are we here? Fuel on board is 3 hours 31 minutes. 331. All right. More fuel than I need. Okay, so the flight plan's sent. And I can go flight plan menu. And we're going to Grand Strand, CRE, enter. No, we're not doing that. Clear. CRE, backspace. Gene just joined the server. I see ya. Let me see if I can do a voice call with you. Do you have a microphone? Let's see. Oh, do I have a voice channel? Yeah. Wait a second. Message. Hello, Gene. Go down to Wilmington. I was real tempted to do Charleston to Wilmington. No, what is that?
Hello.
Hey, Gene, how are you?
Yes. Testing.
I can hear you.
Testing. Testing.
I can hear I can hear you testing.
Testing. Hello.
Can you hear me?
I hear you, and now I've got some feedback. Let me,
Wilmington J40. And we are going to Jagam. Load. Now you cut out there. I heard you for a moment. You cut out. THHMP. Enter. To. And then KBWI. KBWI.
how's that?
That's good. Not bad.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
We
And
got some latency issues here, but it seems to be working out.
well, it might be because my my machine is being hit, as yours may be too, doing the install.
Ah,
It's not that bad. I'm maybe a second. Proc. Select arrival.
that was the sim.
It's a sim.
Yeah, I'm hearing it. It must be coming through the sim, and now it's real time.
Oh, that's what it is. Yeah. I don't know how to fix that.
I think that fixed it.
Okay.
What I did was I muted the YouTube stream.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
Anyway, hey, nice to meet you. My name's Gene Harrell. I'm out here in San Diego.
Yeah, and I'm Greg Sipe, and I'm in North Carolina.
Greg, it's nice to meet you. Yeah, it just so happens the wife left the house. Normally, when I'm watching you, I've got two females in the house. One's my 19-year-old, one's the wife, and both of them seem to think that I'm constantly at their beck and call.
Oh, so they left, and now you've got some time to do some flying.
There you go.
Let's see. So my flight plan says 33 left. Here, let me send you the flight plan real quick. Well, are you? Do you think your update's going to get done?
Not sure. Are you still hearing me?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Yeah, I switched from push to talk to Vox on Discord. It was driving me crazy. I'm hitting the damn key.
Okay.
Let me check here real quick. It's still scanning files on X-Plane, so yeah, why don't you go ahead and I'll just watch you for a while here, and then we can kind of take it from there.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, the only crappy part is I can't hear the aircraft, but that's fine.
Oh, that's not coming through my headset, huh?
No, but it's no big deal. I know this.
Okay. Let's
No, I'm retired Air Force. I did 24 years. Went in '79, retired in '03. but I work out here in San Diego for General Atomics Aeronautical, so I've been a project manager out here for about 13 years. So. But yeah, like we were saying earlier, flying's expensive.
Yeah, it is, and this is, and yeah, this is, and I had it in the back of my head that I liked simming. So when I was getting my pilot's license, I had it in my head that one of the reasons I wanted to do it is because I wanted to sim better, because I didn't feel like I was a very good simmer. If you could believe that, that's a true story. So.
Well, I actually feel more confident that when I do get back in the air from simulating for so long, I've kind of self-taught IFR and heavy iron, so I want to buy a plane, but that's a couple of years down the road. So.
Yeah, I think you mentioned that before. You're going to buy a tail dragger. Yep.
I'd like to get a tail dragger. I like to get a little pits, but I don't think that's such a hot idea with low pilot time.
I don't know. Well, pits. I don't know.
I don't know. It's pretty high performance.
Oh, okay. Isn't that a rotary engine?
Oh God, I don't know. It's just a little biplane, but it's aerobat. We'll see. I got a couple years to do.
Yeah. See. Yeah. Down here, I'm just looking at VATSIM. Down here, I'm actually outside of Washington Center by just a little bit, so I can take off. Yeah, so this is the weather from I go to Sky Vector here. I'm in the wrong spot.
Oh, for Christ's sake, what did I just do? Oh, there we go. Alright, coming out 720, okay.
That's Charleston.
So I see that. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You're where right now?
I'm down here, Wilmington, or Myrtle Beach.
Oh, Myrtle Beach. I've been there once.
Yep. So there's Myrtle Beach, and Wilmington that's Cherry Point. I think that's New River. So Wilmington must be right there. Yep, there it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
A little bit of icing down there.
Yep.
Cool.
So let's.
Nice blend of thunderstorms up there.
Yeah, I'll have to see how that works out. We're going up here past them, so it should be okay. We're going to be going right there. I'm going right there. So, yeah, that's our weather.
Okay.
Let me get the altimeter real quick. Myrtle Beach, 2985. I'm
assuming that flight plan you got on there is not what we're talking about, because I see Key West on there. On Sky Vector there, it's got Key West to St. Pete.
Oh yeah, that was just something from the other night. Yeah.
You had me wondering what the hell's going on there. Am I really?
No. Yeah, no. I don't even pay any attention to that. So I use that to measure distances. That's all.
Yeah, I learned the little trick on the muting the YouTube stream. I used to work with a guy who was a retired captain at what was that crappy airline that merged with American? Cactus. Can't think of it.
Cactus Aero, yeah, I remember them.
Well, what the heck? Anyway, but he nice fella, but flaky as all get out. And he just, I would show him things that I did, and he'd go, oh yeah, we gotta fly, and then he'd go dark on me. But he's flying Global Hawks for Northrop Grumman up in Palmdale.
Wow.
And he didn't want to go back into flying because it's very time consuming. But Pete, he's a nice guy, but he is such a flake.
Yeah.
And what's amazing is his son works with me now, and he's the polar opposite of his father. Absolutely responsible, totally, he's he's my son's age. In fact, my son and him are only 6 months apart. Mm-hmm. But it's like, I'm showing Pete this one day, and I had to mute it out there because I was in the Zevo. Mm-hmm. And it's nice to have an opinion from somebody who knows what the hell you're doing. Mm-hmm. But when they're as flaky as poor Pete was, it's like, I'll figure it out on my own.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still downloading, so it's gonna be a while. So get that bad boy in the air. I'll watch you.
Yeah.
You got 3 more people watching. Nice talk.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe they'll chime in. Who knows? So
That
let's.
707 guy, he's does he? He seems like he gets an air once in a while too.
Yeah, he just got the TBM. He's a real 737 pilot who's
Oh, cool.
waiting to get called back to work. So he's
Neat.
he was. Yeah, I've always been tentative in the 738, and just never felt like I had. I was missing things. I always felt like I was missing things. And so he was giving me some pointers. So now I've been flying that more. In fact, my next flight I'll do a Zebo flight just so I can recall those things. But having a lot of fun with it. So yeah.
Well, I'm very confident in it. I have my own, I have my own way. I don't usually read the checklist that much, but I've got the whole, I record all the V speeds and all that neat shit. So, we can do some of that too. I'll watch you and offer what I know, not from an expert point of view, but what the hell,
Yeah, yeah, because I do have it in my mind to get the 777 when it comes out, which was one reason why I've been wanting to get back in the Zebo, because I used to fly that one. I used to love to fly that plane. It was ridiculous. I was like, what is my problem? Why do I want to fly a giant airplane?
Because it's fun.
I guess so. 133.72. Yep, that's the frequency. So I'll call them. I'll start out VFR.
Fair enough. Yeah, I don't work with VATSIM too much because it's so infrequent that I forget what I was doing before, and then somebody gets some clown on there who wants to play hard ass, and it's like, I have time for you assholes.
Yeah, I don't find them that bad. In particular, of course, I don't fly in California with them. In fact, I'm trying to think if I ever have flown in California with VATSIM. But
that's primarily where I have flown. A lot of times you'll get a good guy on there that's controlling, but then you get those little supervisor pukes who chime in. You broke a rule, we're gonna shoot you.
Well, it's easy to break a rule in California.
Christ, yeah, tell me. Taxi away.
Yeah. Los Angeles airspace intimidates the crap out of me. Like, I don't know that I would ever do anything but fly IFR there. It's just, I couldn't imagine going underneath that giant birthday cake. Or the wedding cake thing.
Yeah, the Class B.
Yeah.
We've got a strangely shaped Class B here in San Diego. I live about 5 miles from Gillespie Field in Santee here in the East County, and we're just like about a half a mile outside the Class Bravo, so I'll probably start flying again out there to avoid it.
Yeah, I don't know. That may have been one of those airports I was telling you about. You can sneak underneath the Class B, but it is difficult.
Well, San Diego's got a VFR corridor all the way through the Class B.
It's on the coast. You're talking about on the coast or on the inside?
Along the coast. But so does whatchamacallit there, LA.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I moved you over to the bigger screen. There we go. That's easier to see. Now I've been working from home for the last 3 months. That's really interesting. Great. Did you say you were working from home as well?
I've worked from home for the last 10 years.
Oh shit, you're good to go.
Yeah, so I get done with work sometimes. I couldn't do it today. That's why I'm running late. I had to run my son to a couple of different things. So yeah, and so I'm here late, but I'm here, and North Carolina is working tonight. So yeah, it was giving me a real pill last night, and it was just a bad file. I re-downloaded it, reinstalled it. But vStates has been impressive. I'm just no more. you're flying along, and all of a sudden you're flying over a olive-colored tile, and then a green-colored tile, and then a realistic colored tile. You know, everything's nice and neat. So I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my X-plane's booting up now, so I'll see what I can do here.
Okay, well I can wait.
No, go ahead, because I'm going to have to relearn VATSIM all over again to make sure I can log in just to even get to where you're at. So, no,
Okay.
don't wait for me. It could be ugly. We'll
Okay.
definitely get set up for another time, but let's see if I can get in there. Come up and disrupt the pattern or something.
Okay. What client do you use, if you don't mind me asking?
Beats the shit out of me.
Okay.
Where would I know that?
Well, I mean, you use either what is this I'm using? Swift or Xpilot. Swift is hard. It is
You mean,
a pain in the ass to set up.
well, that doesn't sound familiar, and Xpilot doesn't either.
Yeah.
Oh, and you're right. This is 13 X-plane.
See that? I left my fuel cap. I left my fuel cap open. I was about to have a disaster of a flight.
Oh no!
No, I'm still on the ground. I got to close it.
No.
I watched who is that guy? He's a great simmer. I love watching his videos. I can't. Oh, Luna's World. Let's watch one of his videos. He did a flight from Monterey down to Los Angeles, just showing the new Oryx, California when it came out.
Oh,
And,
okay.
yeah, he showed an outside view, and I saw the fuel tanks, and I just said, I'm glad I'm not the only one that's ever done that. You know, it's something you really couldn't do probably in the real airplane. Like, you would never do it. But, you know, you just got to pay attention to detail. But I have done it. I had to do an emergency landing not an emergency, but I had to get down and land it. I was flying over Texas, and I was like, oh, crap. I was upset about that. I was a bonehead that day. So, yeah, and I always say I have to make every mistake at least once. So, let's see. So what is tower frequency here? It's changed.
I was in Myrtle Beach in 1990, August last.
I was there. I mentioned that to you. I was there.
It was what was A10s. I was at the ABDR unit out of McClellan in Sacramento, and we got a panic deploy after Saddam Hussein went into Kuwait. They dumped us there for 2 weeks and then said, "You can't go to Iraq yet. Go back to California." So we sat in these crappy old barracks for 2 weeks.
At Myrtle Beach, you did?
Yeah.
Okay, I was never in them. Never in them. Okay.
Oh, that's right. Is that the Avatech?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Oh, that's neat.
Yeah. You've got this airplane, don't you?
No, I have the PC-12.
Oh, okay. Yeah. This is Avatech, and it tilts too. It's pretty cool. You can just go like this, and it tilts up and down if you want to do that.
Yeah. Neat.
Yeah.
Well, I like it on the column there. It's cool.
Yeah. If I can get it back to where I had it.
I've actually got a tablet sitting next to me here, next to the laptop, and I've got Garmin Pilot on it with a subscription. So I load that up. I've got that going. I got the Navigraph charts going, and I got watching the whole thing in real time.
Well, if you fly the Zebo, then you need all that stuff, I think.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Yeah.
Fly it anywhere close to realistic. Let me make a call here. Myrtle Beach traffic, TBM taking runway 36 for departure to the north, Myrtle Beach. All right, so we're good to go. And lights, icing, flaps are set, transponder out, back, and switches, park and brake off, toga. Yeah, the PC-12 is one of few Coronados that has a weather radar, so it's a candidate to fly through this kind of weather.
Yeah.
Not as fast as this one, but it's a good. Their flight. I'll say this about Coronado: their flight models, apart from their visuals, their flight models are good. It's just they fall apart on the systems often.
I'm so ignorant of most things when it comes to that kind of. Because I'm not a software guy. My son is, but he he's software hardware kind of weenie, but you know, he could tell me if it sucked. I just went, yeah, that's pretty good. Okay. That's why I didn't know what my graphics card was the other day. I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's right.
I could have told you 25 years ago when I got my first 386.
Okay, yeah.
If
I
it
couldn't.
had a graphics card.
Yeah, I couldn't have.
Alright, 36.
Right, gear up.
Jax, are you you go with the gear up and let it suck up right away? When you
What?
break ground?
Yeah, positive rate. Yeah, and then wait for 115 knots and go flaps up.
No, I'm saying though, did you already put the gear handle up?
Yep.
So once the switches break, those gear are gonna start sucking up.
Yep.
Okay, so I am now on the ground here. Chill stick. Get that out of there. Alright.
Gosh, this thing is crawling. I'm gonna go ahead with the flaps up and the yaw damper on and make a right turn.
190 already? Jesus.
And let's go down.
Let's see here. Do we even have that sitting on here still? I don't even know. Is it Squawk Box? I guess it's Squawk Box. Let me see here.
Oh yeah, some people use that.
Well, that's what what I remember. So connecting the server USA East could not be found. Please choose a new one. Okay.
Up to 7,000.
Beats the living snot out of me. USA East.
Actually, I'm gonna flitch right there. And
USB. We did like that one. How about that one?
so I've got nav on. Why is my
Authorized client software. Okay, like that. Oh, nice. Canada. Unauthorized software. Yeah, I'm afraid this would happen. I don't seem to have any luck with this Squawk Box thing. I wonder if it has some kind of an update I don't have. I haven't used it in so long. Let's see here. Setup. Update.
autopilot?
Top left. Cancel.
I'm gonna swap my frequency here. You may hear VATSIM shortly.
Oh.
I can go on up. I think I'll go on up to 17.
Oh, you're pressurized, aren't you?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Do you work in the IT industry? Is that how you're able to work at home?
Yep. Yep.
Ah, there you go.
Yep. I manage a department, small department.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, that's vStates down there. That looks really
Nice.
good. Yeah.
Let's see here. Over here. I'm gonna take a look here and see if maybe my Squawk Box is out of date or something. Yeah, I was trying to find some software to fly in the same cockpit on Ziva with my pal, sort of pal. We don't talk to anymore than the pilot, but I never could find anything that worked with X-Plane. You know, like you used to be able to fly the same cockpit on was it 2010? I guess Microsoft 2010. Squawk Box.
Let me zoom out.
This cube.
don't hear center. Maybe they went away. No?
Yeah, they go to sleep sometimes.
Yeah, they're still...
Squawk box.
Washington Center is on 133.72. Oh, that's the problem.
Let's get released. Beat some shit out of me. Yeah, which one do I have? I'm gonna have squawk box 0.0. Oh my god. I got 133. They're up to 2. Wait, what? No wonder nobody's talking. Let's tell that bad boy.
Get my flight plan up because I got a call, get my clearance.
That's me. I thought I was hearing you, but that's me.
You may be hearing VATSIM.
No, I'm hearing the aircraft noises and stuff, and I thought it was you there for a second, but I forgot I was.
There we go. That's a little better.
Let's see. Coming down.
Let me call center real quick. Washington Center, TBM900 Sierra.
Only fun 110 and you won't be talking to me. Continue with intercom.
I just heard something.
Yeah, that's yeah, their airspace boundary is up ahead of me about 30 miles, right around there, I think. So
You've gone into some strange area.
I've gone into a strange area. You mean North Carolina?
Yeah, I'm not hearing you for some reason. I'm hearing you, but it's like you've gone and moved away.
How about now?
No, it's weird. I'm wondering if it's
Wow, I'm forgetting English today. The river visual or one
try now.
Test 1 2. Test 1 2.
Now I got you back. I don't know. You had slipped away for some reason. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, it's
Southwest 1864.
Now you're away again.
Roger.
well, that's I don't know. That may be.
Southwest 501, Myrtle, we get your top logged.
I think it's
20 miles
probably my X-plane. Once I have X-plane back up in the screen, I hear you just fine.
Okay.
That's probably what's going on. Yeah. Oh well.
And Southwest
Trying to
1103,
get this
long as we arrive.
squawk box screen on again. God damn.
Yeah, this is where Washington's airspace begins. That's Little River right there. So it's, or this is so.
What transition did you put in?
Is that no, that's not Norfolk. It's not Norfolk down there, is it?
No, Norfolk is way up here above Wilmington. This is Wilmington here, so it's
What transition?
Oh, okay.
right about there, I think, up there on my.
So, for north or south, for runway 1 or
Yeah, I
19,
get you.
so you're jumping up on your right. Southwest 501, maintain 200 knots or less, please return. Southwest 1103, maintain 240 knots or greater.
I'm gonna try to call him again. Washington Center, TBM900 Sierra.
Rock.
What do we got here? We got
Okay, 1103, I can't have you pause because I have a screen on people coming into National.
extract this.
Southwest 501, cancel speed restriction.
Again, squawk box in there.
Number 819, X-ray Sierra, contact Potomac, approach 126.1.
Let's see here.
Thanks for flying.
I may have to do this whole flight at 17,000 feet, but then I'm flying into the red circle, so yeah. Can't.
On the 1110, I do not control your Verticalsim 122.8.
It won't let me update squawk box while I have X-plane on.
Oh.
Probably looking for a file somewhere.
Yeah, you should probably, well, I don't know if you're running full screen or what, but a lot of people like Xpilot, and I've been using Swift. It came out before Xpilot did, and I despise updating it. I probably won't update it until I'm forced to.
That is really weird.
Southwest 501, turn left heading 300 for traffic. 300.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Southwest
Nope,
1103,
I've got you back in a delay again.
turn
Yep.
left heading 340, descend to maintain 4000.
You're going-
Negative, if you can't fly on arrival, please
You
let me
keep
know.
going. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Has there been a change in my vocal quality for you? Or
Not really, no.
something strange. It's really weird. It's like, it's almost like I'm hearing you through the laptop speaker, but I'm not. It's odd.
Yeah, I think you're hearing VetSim. You're hearing the VetSim controller, and
Oh, I was hearing some controllers. Perhaps that's what it is.
yeah.
Air Canada 540, resources terminated, please change approved.
Let's do that. See what happens.
I'm gonna try him again in a couple of miles. Let's see, my inertial separator's off. I get up my power. Washington Center, TBM 5372 Sierra.
Only upon 110. Okay, third time, I don't control New York. I don't know. Continue with Unicom or the appropriate frequency, please.
This is 5372 Sierra. I'm down approaching Wilmington, about 40 miles south.
CC centered on the 955 heavy, flight level 330. Delta 955, Washington Center, hello. Southwest 1103 was heading 340, please.
I may cancel with this guy and just do it on my own.
Yeah, I've got you back.
Larry,
Once I
Larry,
turn on
Southwest 1103, Washington Center.
microphone here, the X-plane, it's like you come back into the same quality.
American 4321, Washington Center, hello. Ready contact 5000, coming to about 210. American 2120, descend to maintain 5000.
I don't know why he thinks.
We're Southwest 501, direct heading 360, descend to maintain 4000.
Is this a approach guy, a departure guy, center guy?
He's a center guy.
Oh, is he center?
Yeah.
Oh,
We don't get much center action out here. Oakland sometimes.
Number 125 Tango Bravo, wind 2304, runway 155 for takeoff.
This is the right guy.
So Mike Lima, Washington Center, hello, expect the Riverbend when I approach. Break, the 7 Sierra guy you were calling, I'm really sorry it was late, what's up?
Yeah, it's a 5372 Sierra. I was looking for a clearance on request to Baltimore-Washington, and I'm at 17,000 feet, about 30 miles south of Wilmington.
Number 5372 Sierra, that's gonna be fast. Okay, cleared to Baltimore by a present position direct Wilmington. That is filed. Maintain level 2900 and squawk 3575. Clear one turn right heading, turn right heading 060.
5. I can't see my squawk. 7, 5. NTB 5372 Sierra's cleared present position, direct Wilmington, then as filed, climb and maintain flight level 290, squawk 4625. No, squawk 3575.
70 Sierra, read back correct. Delta 1579, descend by Cap 3 arrival, Washington landing south of number 2988. Sorry, say again for Delta 1579? Delta 1579, descend via Cap 3 arrival, Washington altimeter 2988, landing south. Roger, descend via the Cap 3 arrival for Delta 5079. American 2120, turn left heading 250, descend maintain 3000.
He's busier than he looked. When I checked his airspace, I didn't think he sounded that he looked that busy, but he sounded like he's under a little bit of stress.
Did you pick up your clearance airborne?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. I was wondering. Well, it looks like I updated the squawk box. It looks like I'm okay now. So let me see. I used to know which keys to push. Keys to push anymore. Shit.
Southwest 501.
Alright, what do we got here? Let's see. Disable set. Let's see if anybody's around here.
And center 720, I'd like to climb up to 290 if that's all right.
Contact 10 miles southwest of Wilmington via water for 17,000. Climate tape level 290, and I'm really sorry about this delay.
That's all right. 290, 720.
Southwest 501, you're right over the river. Do you have it in sight?
All right. Let's put some more throttle on this.
Okay, that's good news. Clear for the river visual for wind 19 approach and 180 greater than
I put that, the hell is that thing? The GTN Garmin thing in here, the GTN 7.
American 2120,
Yep.
river, 12 o'clock, about 2 miles.
Pretty
Sorry about the late
handy.
call, you got it in sight?
Yep, it is.
Thank you, American 2170, river visual for 19 approach.
A little nicer than the 530.
Yeah, it took me a while to mess
It really
with
is.
too much because I'm so used to the FMC and the Zemo. Let's see here.
Yep. Big difference. Big
Can you
difference.
hear me all right? I'm getting a
Oh,
lot
yeah.
of
Well, my
thing
buddy,
is,
the
I don't know if it's
sort of
me or
buddy,
if
the
it's-
airline guy, he couldn't stand. He was so used to FMCs.
Yeah, we can hear loud and
He
clear.
started fooling around with us. He didn't like it at all. Whoa, you gotta load all those waypoints. And I go, what do you want from me, man? I didn't build a goddamn thing. Wine, for Christ's sake.
Delta 2602, maintain 20 knots forward left.
I'm trying to figure out where the damn button is to bring up the little talking box.
Southwest 7 Mike Lima, center maintain 5,000.
I used to hit the backslash key and it would bring up this little box. Is that it?
Washington Center, howdy. Document 26, flight level 330.
I haven't used X Squawk Box ever. So I don't know. I can't.
Break at 443.95.
Yeah, I'm sitting here just trying to figure it out.
Altimeter 298.8. Expect about for individual.
Oh, text window preferences. There we go. Normally adjust this. Adjust the text window preference 550. Okay, well that didn't happen.
Look at that view down there. That's amazing.
Well, I like those clouds.
Yep. I think they've improved the clouds in XPAN 11.5. Yep, we're on VATSIM. This is Gene's with me. He's trying to figure out his PC-12.
Shoot, am I talking to the guys?
Nope. I'm talking to Pilot Guy 707's chimed in.
There he is. Oh, hi, pilot guy.
We get this working, maybe we could all just load up the Zebo and join a group call on do a group call on
Discord.
yeah, on Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'll have to load up some European ortho. I think Pilot Guy likes to fly in Europe, so yeah.
2602, perfect.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out where the damn box is. Christ,
I should plan my descent. Let's see, I'm going to 33. Well, I don't have to do it yet. I mean, this isn't a long flight.
No. Yeah, when you get too high.
Well, the flight plan put me up at 290, which I like being that high, especially when I'm flying over a storm.
Yeah.
But
Well, how far out? You're going to, so you're going to north of
hold on. Let me get rid of these and go KBWI.
Let's do this. Let's change the time of day. That might help.
Southwest 1864, Atlanta 132.97.
Let's see, so
Atlanta 13297, Southwest 1864.
arrival. I've got to look at this arrival. Raven 6. Oh, man, look at all those friggin' altitudes. Oh my god.
Make it daytime, that way I can see something.
So,
That helps.
at least, let's see, I've got some hard altitudes. Let me check these real quick. Is that above? Then 230, so I can make that a hard altitude. And then 230 at white. That's checked. Acro is at or above 210. And JHO is 12 to 11. And in here it says 12. And Raven is at 4,000. Or is that 6? 6,000.
Oh, yeah, I can't read it. The res is not. I got that up. Who are you
Capco.
talking to? Atlanta Center?
Washington Center.
Washington Center. Oh, DC.
Yep. Yeah, but you don't. Yeah, you got to get a little bit further north from where you are. I don't mind trying the USA for a change. Probably I would need to get used to the different ATC a bit though. Yeah, I think if anything, it's easier. I've flown that sim 3 or 4 times over there, and I didn't find it bad. But looking at the airspace in Europe, which I find pretty scary, it was.
It's not that bad.
You don't think so?
No, I've done. What's Wilmington's IKOK?
ILM. Wilmington is ILM. Well, if you want the airport, it's KILM.
Yeah, I'm just sticking something into the doing it direct. I'm just sticking. Just trying to figure out what airspace. But damn you! Here we go. God, that's tiny.
So if I go to 33 right,
I was trying to see the center boundaries where it doesn't show.
I'm going to look at 33 right.
So I got that car.
Duds at
Well, I can
3,000.
see that there used to be a little key for that.
He may give me a visual, but I doubt it. He may give me the ILS to 33 right.
Let me see here. Yeah, overseas, the only thing I found strange about Europe, they have like these 2-part arrivals.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of funky. Once you get used to it, it's not so bad, but it is. If you're used to flying in the States, you're used to arrive for a departure and approach and that. But there, they got the different things. Flight deck to sim guy does all tons of flying in Europe, and he's always.
Yeah. And he flies in America too. Flight deck to sim. He flies in America too sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah.
So he does okay. I mean, the only big difference that I can really pin down when you're IFR is that the flight levels start much lower in Europe. Like up over here, it starts at 18,000.
Yeah, they do 10,000. Well, actually, Myrtle Beach is in Jacksonville Center's zone, but I guess they're not up. So.
Right. You just have to take off VFR. And if you're going to take off from there, you take off VFR and then pick it up in the air. That's fine.
So the American on the hybrid call Potomac 126.1.
Oh, so I see what you mean. They crossed into Washington Center.
American 540, yes, I handed you off a while ago. Sorry.
And pilot guy, can you hear Gene talking? I can hear him in my headset.
Is pilot guy talking?
Well, no, he's on the chat.
Oh, there he is. I got him on a different screen. Oh, okay. Oh, does he normally fly in Europe?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I'll let him tell you where and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, flight deck to sim. Everybody seems to think he works for Ryanair, but I don't know. He's based in the. He won't tell anybody. He says it's not secret knowledge. He won't divulge it.
I don't know what he flies for.
Yeah, I just know he's also a 3-7 instructor. So.
Yep.
teacher. He's got the.
I've watched a bunch of his videos. That's how I learned. That's how I learned how to do the departure, by watching him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't. There were so many videos on the arrivals, though. I was like, oh my god. A pilot guys helped me out there. I mean, the three things I fly, the ILS was always easy, pretty easy. But then the visual just had me stumped.
I'm an RNAV guy myself.
Yeah, he caught me doing an RNAV, and I was messing something up. Oh, he works for the same company as Flight Deck to Sim. I won't tell you the company though. Yeah, you're seeking Hu-Chin. Yep.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I guess I don't know if it's Ryan. I flew Ryan once or twice when I was on active duty back in where we stopped in Kosovo, '99, I think it was. Anyway, we were down in Italy, in Rimini, and trying to get back to the UK. The only airline was Ryan's. 19. Because they get some of the strangest rep, you know, because they're so no frills.
They're so no frills.
Yeah, I think if you want a seat, you gotta pay for it. Things like
Yep.
that. I mean, I don't think that's true.
I've never seen one.
Well,
I hear folks say what they're gonna say, whatever.
Yeah, I like the livery. That looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any day flying a 738 is a good day, if you ask me.
Yeah, I agree. Well, I guess I could call Atlanta Center just to
Are you up in the air?
No, I'm dicking.
You'll have to get up in the air before they'll hear you. He's too far away. Well, is it? Wait a minute. Yeah, maybe. Well,
Why don't we give it a shot and see if he doesn't get my face?
But you're in Jacksonville Center's airspace. You're not in Atlanta Center's airspace.
I know, but he'll go. You're gonna be in his airspace, so that means he hears me.
Yeah, you're closer to Washington.
Yeah, I like to piss people off. That's how we got here.
So, pilot guy, did you fly the TBM today?
Number 6974 Victor Washington, transport 355.
Come on.
Just calling for VFR 15.
Push to talk.
Pretty view.
It's gonna sound a bit weird. Remain 5 miles northeast of the river at all times and follow the river northbound. I'll have a plan for you later.
Yeah, you were right the other day. It's been a while since X-Plane 1972. His group flights, you were right, he'd go into some, out of the way airfield and they'd fly VFR.
Yep.
Timbuktu to Bubba's cornfield.
Yeah, like I said.
It was a gaggle of every airframe in the world.
Yeah, the one I was I'd actually signed up for one of those flights, and they were gonna fly in New Zealand, and
oh yeah.
Yeah, they were all flying the Baron, and I wasn't ready to fly the Baron, and I didn't have any ortho, so I did chime in and watch the video, at least part of it, but I think it's hard to do, tons of airplanes like that, especially when they're not really flying a plan, they're more or less just flying around. I can tell you the company you were talking about is one of the safest out there. They get a lot of hate from the media, though. Really? Okay. Over here, I don't hear anything about Ryanair. Did 2 flights with the TBM today. Where'd you go?
Oh, Ryan? Yeah, I don't have. I'm being facetious about the rev they got. We never had a problem flying. I just get a kick out of all the silly stories you hear in the news.
It's
I've never heard them going down. So
yeah,
no news is good news.
yeah, that's true.
Plugins, exit preferences. No, there's a push to talk. Yeah, push to talk. What?
Delta 1120 with
Yeah.
304 runway 19 clear.
Like I said, any day flying a 738's got to be a good day.
Oh yeah. Yeah. The trouble is, to halfway ass do it right, it takes me 20 minutes just to get the plan, go through the sim brief and all that stuff. And by the time I get all the numbers recorded, somebody's saying, I need something. Please go. You suck. What's this? My explain has been running in real time and automatic disconnect cancel.
Went around Italy. Okay.
Italy?
Yep.
Oh.
That's where pilot guy flew with the TBM today.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was down in Italy in '99, we jumped in one of the rental vans and drove up to, we were Cesenatico, we drove up to Venice. We parked right in front of Venice.
5 Tango Bravo, Southwest 737, heel for 9,
We left
8 o'clock, approximately 2 miles. Visual separation from the traffic, and your clear for runway 19 approach.
I like flying in Italy. I'll have to download that ortho. I don't see how big it is. It's not too bad, I don't think.
1126, we're gonna be hitting some 46 soon.
It's hiding behind that.
Delta 1126 is sent by the capture arrival Washington on September 298.
That stupid Garmin.
Sending by the capture arrival, we're doing a 29 and 18, Delta 1126.
Bunch of VATSIM events.
738.
Yeah, this guy wasn't that busy when I started flying, but he's talking constantly now. Bunch of people all converged on DC on him. I did fly the Zebo into not. Was it the Zebo? No, it wasn't. It was the PMDG. I flew that into National on the River Visual one time, and what a hoot that was! That was it. That was a challenge, man. Live. I mean, you're just following the river more or less, but you got to watch your altitudes.
Yep.
And yeah, so I was very busy single piloting in on a visual approach in that. That was fun though. You know, and they get light jets too. I need to take my son up there. This whole thing gets behind us. I need to take my son up there, and there's some restaurants right there on the river that you can sit there and watch the airplanes coming in on the visual. It's real pretty.
When we lived there,
GPS direction across Southwest level 180.
we used to do that. We were kind of down the other areas. This is ridiculous.
GPS direction Washington.
So we fly. No, we're not up to that weather yet. I'm not up to that weather. It's. Let me see what active sky is showing for the weather. Yeah, active sky just does not match real world weather very well.
Delta 1579 River is at your 3 o'clock, 5 miles for 46.
Yeah, if I can fly tomorrow, I'm gonna do a. What is tomorrow? Thursday. I think I'll do a Zebo flight. Then we'll keep heading up the coast. I'm getting the vStates all set up. It's gonna take a couple more days. Just doing it slowly, but I've got almost everything east of the Mississippi. Still got to get Michigan and Wisconsin. Well, Wisconsin, it goes through Wisconsin. So I've got about 6, 7 more states to go. Maybe 8. and then I'm all done. Then I can switch to Europe.
There we go. Oh, POS.
Hat switch is
Number 1
weird.
Kilo Whiskey Washington Center Squawk 3, 5, 6, and 7.
I'm gonna kill Active Sky XP and I'm gonna restart it. See if it updates this weather.
And number 8 Kilo Whiskey, what runway would you like?
Let's see, can we take a runway 6?
Not
Yep.
a problem, number 8 Kilo Whiskey Hall. Call me fully short runway 6, ready to go.
I just killed Active Sky. I'm restarting it to see if it'll do a better job on this weather. Nope, it's the same. It's pretty much not very close to the real world.
Tower 204, so about the troops for arrival, Washington Altimeter 288, landing south.
If I use VetSim Online Weather, I'm using VetSim Online Weather.
Delta 1120, cross runway 22, taxi park, India Kilo.
Cross 22, park.
Unable to select pushback to view at this time.
Okay, thanks for flight, Delta 1579, with 204, runway 19, clear wind.
I'm going to remind you, Gene, that this was your idea to do the the group flight.
Yeah, I'm not good at it.
Yeah, you'll get there. You'll get there.
Shut down X-Plane and maybe reload the new squawk box. It's not allowing me to select push to talk.
310 or greater, Delta 955.
And it doesn't appear to be doing
Delta
anything it
1126,
used to do.
Yeah, I used Squawk Box on Prepared when I was over there. But
I never used that. Is it pretty cool?
yeah, it's fine. You know, you set your key in Squawk Box on Prepared. I don't know what you do on X-Plane.
Yeah. Let's just dump the whole thing and start it.
Delta 724, send the other Cap 3 arrival, Washington Altimeter 2988, landing south.
For a second, I
Sent by the Cap 3 arrival 2988 for Delta 724.
Well, at least I'll be able to see the
my buddy
ground.
What's that?
I said the clouds are clearing, so at least I'll get to see the ground.
Bravo, cross 19, give way to the Delta.
Yeah, but my buddy, he
side, and taxi
used to
park.
make me laugh. But he kept saying he used to call me up about every 2 or 3 weeks. Usually he was half lit saying, "Oh yeah, Jay,
Bridge
we gotta
365,
start flying again, buddy. We gotta start flying again." Like, Pete, man, all you gotta do is just call me and be serious. After a while, just
Oh, read what Pilot Guy just put down, Gene.
stand by. In X-Plane, you have to go to citizen.
Bridge 4395, flight heading.
For Christ's sake. I don't know why I think about that. Thank you, sir. Let me get Squawk Box back in and see what I can get. Like I say, most of the flying I do is expedient flying. It's how fast can I get this thing in the air before somebody calls me away to take the dog out or something.
Yeah, so you don't necessarily get time to set up a. I mean, the TBM it takes time. You know, you have to do everything right.
Oh yeah, yours definitely. Well, the Zebo, just the Zebo alone, it's got 15 to 20 minutes just.
Yeah, well, I have set up the Zebo on the runway, set the whole thing up, and then took off. That worked. You can do it.
It does, but anytime I fly the Zebo, I really want to be, I want a destination. My goal is to try to do it like a real pilot would do it.
Yeah. Well,
It's possible.
that's how I'll set up for some practice ILSs that way. I'll just pick a fix out there someplace and fly to it, and then and then you know, just enter the pattern.
Number 7719, Lima Avenue disregard landing 110. Field is going to be at
I might pick up the TBM.
1 o'clock and about 11 miles before the site.
It's a good airplane. It's worth every penny. But when you land, you can't. Well, you need to shut it down properly. Otherwise, next time you go to fly, you may get a hot start.
Yeah. It looks like X-Plane 72 is flying into Kai-Tak.
Yeah, I saw he was going to be doing that. I didn't know when. That's got to be pretty. That's got to be pretty.
I don't remember what version of Microsoft it was, but they used to have the little missions to fly the checkerboard in the Kai-Tak.
Yeah, I flew into there in not, you know, I mean on a 747 right before it closed. Yeah, and then a year later I flew into the new airport, the new Hong Kong airport. That was scary. I had no idea. I was like, holy, yeah, it was wild. The visibility was really poor. There was a low ceiling, and I just sat there thinking, he must know what he's doing, because who would do this? Yep. I think it was a 747. Yeah, it was. I think it was 1998. I flew in. It doesn't seem that long ago. I feel for those people right now with what they're going through.
Oh, Jesus. Yes.
They're going to shut down their banking system. I'm sure of it.
Roger. Turn right heading 360. Instead of maintaining 3,000.
Jesus, I have a password on here.
Alright, right 360 down to 3,000, maintain visuals of river.
Delta 91 level off at 7,000, reduce speed to 220 knots or west.
Flight plan. 16 minutes before my descent starts.
Looks like
13 Kilo Whiskey. Wind 0303, runway 6, prep to take off 3 hours approach.
what's that? What is that?
GPS 7 is calling you for the past 15 minutes. Cross Hawk at plus 180.
Wow. You're gonna be on that sim. You gotta listen.
Brickyard 4395 to right heading 060.
Yes.
Expect a short final.
060, expect short final.
Delta 91. River is at your 12 o'clock. 7 miles before the site. Delta 91, I love you. Maintain present heading. Just to maintain 3,000. Expect approach.
He said, "I love you."
Center?
Told the guy he loved him.
Oh.
Because he had the river in sight. That was so sweet. Yes, that's so nice.
I don't know what the
Never.
password is.
I haven't heard that on VetSim yet. I've heard lots of things, but never heard that.
Thank you, Brickyard 4395. Clear for the river base over runway 19 approach 20 knots per hour. 5 miles wide.
Yeah, I usually do the top of descent too. I've never been able to figure out that VNAV profile. King Air chair or the PC chair?
It depends on what you're using in the King Air, but
It was a
in the
530.
the 530 and the King Air. Oh, okay, you mean King Air 90 then.
It was a 200.
Oh, it's a 200. Yeah. Okay, same thing.
Coronado. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got that one. I think. I do have that one. I remember. But VNav, you can't really use it with the 530. I mean, it gives you a ballpark guess. I mean, it does basically what Pilot Guy just mentioned, that it tells you about your descent. You know, so you calculate it manually. But you know the same thing if you just use the multiply times 3 rule. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, VNav in this thing is actually it's a little tricky. Well, it's not tricky unless you want more options. It'll do basic VNav just by putting an altitude over here. You know, so you put an altitude, like say you wanted to be over this airport at 2,000 feet, you put it in, and you'll get VNav. But then if you've got a star like this one with all these altitudes, it only pays attention to the blue altitudes. So it ignores the white ones. So no, stop that. Clear. And then yeah, so and there's some tricks because sometimes on these, like in this star here, you have these between two altitudes ones, and then you've got these at or below or at or above altitudes. So there's some tricks to dealing with that. Yeah, that's the basics. So that'll give you the same kind of thing. You get, you know, from just using the multiply the altitude change by 3. But then there's some other cool features to this thing that can make your life a lot better. Like right down here, this VNav Direct, a long track offset, and the really, then there's a cancel button here. So those things, you know, if we want to hop on sometime, I can walk you through how to use that. It's kind of similar to what you do with the GTN 750, but the GTN 750 doesn't control your autopilot. So you have to do it manually.
True, yeah.
Let's see, so where are we? So we're coming up on Jagam, so I'm getting ready to start the arrival. We'll have to see what he says. See if he tells me to descend via the star or what.
Well, I guess I can always read the manual.
So here, like right here, if you're looking at the screen, you see, like I'm on a VNav descent, but I've got a, you know, which is going to take me all the way down to 6,000. I'm at 290 right here, but I've got to be at or above flight level 250. So what I can do is just go to my alt cell, and similar to how you do it on the Zebo, the 738, you just dial it down to a lower altitude, and it'll only descend to the higher of these two altitudes. So I'm stopping my descent at thump at 250. You get real busy on these stars. You get real busy. You know, so yeah, and then like it's not nearly as nice as the 738. You know, so I'll set 250 to make sure that I'm above 250, and I may be. But by putting this altitude at 250, then I'm sure that I'll be above 250. And then I've got to be at 230 here and here, So there they are. They're blue.
Make sure you're flying runway heading.
And then at or above 210. So, and I could put 210 as a hard altitude there, but I'll just put it in up here. I could make it blue, but then it forced the airplane down to 210. Why do that? I can just restrict the descent to 210 right here. The ones to really watch out for are these. You have to be between 11 and 12,000. That's,
GPS 583 contact.
you can manage the bottom one with this
3.12.
altitude, but the top one you just have to keep your eye on. So yeah, I'm going to be changing altitudes all the way down. I flew a VNAV. If you look back at my videos, there's a Let's Talk VNAV video I did into Dulles, I think it was, and kind of similar to this. I explain how I manage these altitudes, these weird ones. It's not without the VNAV. Makes it a. I imagine it would. I imagine it would. Yeah, the trick is that so you'd be above 250 here somewhere, because you'd start your descent and you'd do the same thing I'm doing. You'd set the altitudes and steps going down, and then you have to know, okay, so here you've got 13.4 miles to go. Oh, you only have to get down 2,000 feet, so that's not bad. That's achievable. And then here's 9.9 miles, another 2,000 feet. 10 miles, another 3,000 feet. So yeah, this one's not too bad. I guess it's no harder than doing it with the Zebo, because the Zebo you're continually managing your speed. And, and if you let your speed get out of control and then the altitude goes out of whack, then you end up on VNAV speed. But, that happens a lot to me when I'm on a star.
955, roger. Traffic is a Premier 1 East, you're 3 o'clock, 3 miles, you also have.
That happens quite a bit. So another thing is, you can press VNAV anytime after this timer gets inside of 5 minutes. So in another minute and 15 seconds I can press VNAV. But I have not been cleared to descend by this guy, so I can't. Oh, we're flying directly over Richmond. The one that terrifies me is the approach into Los Angeles. I don't know that I could do it without VNAV. I don't know. 730 descent is all about energy management, changing the position. Yeah. The TBM slows down readily. It's easy to slow down. It's just making sure you're in there somewhere, in between wherever you're supposed to be. Yeah, look at the approach into LAX sometime. It's on the, any of them. And there's a star that connects to it. If you look at the star that comes in from Vegas, you're coming down the star, stepping down, and then you hit the approach. Then it's like step, 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 step.
Vegas does that. So.
Yeah, that's a hard one. It's not bad. Yeah, it works well with. I've done it with a G1000 equipped airplane before. I think I did it with the E1000. The only thing you got to do is you have to check all those altitudes because it gets them wrong sometimes.
The thing that I thought was odd, they don't have an RNAV in a 2 It's just an
Delta
ILS.
955, wind 2304, runway 19
But it seemed like the Ziva wouldn't lock up on the localizer on 26 left, but it picked up the glide slope for some reason. And then I'm going in, and it looks like it's locked onto the localizer at 26 right. And I was looking at the charts, and I thought I saw something about a sidestep, and then I thought, I'm wondering if it's just not always that way.
I don't know.
Lock onto the glide slope for 26 left and the localizer for 26 right, and at the last minute you step over. I don't know.
How's the river start?
I've seen that kind of thing, but the in prepared, the ILSs into Los Angeles are always messed up. In descend via the Raven 6 arrival, 72 Sierra. Okay, so he wants me to descend via the Raven 6, so good. And hopefully I'll get 33 right. I can ask.
Delta 126, you said you had the Riverside?
Okay. So 29 or 88, I'll put that in my standby.
Thank you. Flight present heading to
I never set my friggin'
expect to turn in Belgium.
here. We'll do it now.
Present headed 3000, Delta 26, obvious. Expect to turn.
Europe, we get a lot of approaches with many altitude restrictions in it. It's a bit annoying. Definitely, if the restrictions keep you high, and then they give you a sudden shortcut. Right. Yeah.
The first time I did anything in Europe, I went from Heathrow to Gaulle at night. Holy shit! I was like, I was flying around in circles over France. What the hell I was
I did a 777 flight from Dallas to London one time.
Oh wow!
Yeah, that was fun. And I flew. In the real world, I flew a 747 from Newark to London twice. That was nice. That's one reason why I wanted to do it. I wanted to do a over the pond, but I didn't get on VATSIM for that. I couldn't sit there for 6 hours while this thing did its thing. But I used to load up the 737, was it? Some airplane, and fly out of Gatwick and go over to, what is it? There's some airport that's right in the Netherlands or something. Wonderful flight, just fun. And I did that thing over and over again. Not sure what I was doing, but I loved it. Because you can climb to 6,000, and you've got to stay under the. Let's see, so I need to hit VNav here. Flight plan. And I can go view. I can go wide. Okay. Now, I wish this showed where my airplane was rather than. Listen to the kid.
Yeah, we did a Gatwick to Bremen one time. Went down to pick up a car. We were living in Suffolk, and that was a nice flight. The Germans, they were once we got there, because I was traveling with NATO travel orders. This is the Air Force. My wife and son had their passports. The Germans screwed us. This looks like somebody could have tampered with it. And I thought, you know what, guy, just let us in, and we're going to send some more goddamn planes over here again.
There we go. On the way down.
Delta 990 versus Vulcan speed.
Drone speed, Delta 990.
And a 1476, what's your high loss number?
1476, Mach 0.8, I believe so, 0.85.
1476,
All kinds of interesting people online tonight. That guy that's the guy that's having trouble talking there, and then there's sounds like a kid maybe 11 years old, 12 years old on here.
Number 2, runway 19, we are clear to land, Delta 1126.
How cool it is. There he is.
Yes.
I
No
s-
idea, I don't think I'll really.
It sounds like he's maybe 8 or 9. Europe and in Poland for me. To fly into or in Poland for me. Very straightforward ATC. I flew into Poland in the sim one time, and the controllers are really nice. I flew into Turkey one time, and the controllers were really jerks.
Delta 102, thank you for your patience. Ready?
But Poland, they were really nice. They stayed open for me so I could get in.
Delta 102, clear to LaGuardia, exit 3 departure, that is followed by maintain 3000.
I should go back there.
7012 minutes after. Departure frequency with me, squawk 3574, read back squawk only.
I don't remember what. I think I may have flown into Warsaw. I don't know a lot of. I know Derzwicki has made a bunch of Polish airports.
Number 757 Yankee Echo Vulcan to Washington, sector park ridiculous. Power 204, number 2, wind 2304, runway 19 clear land.
Number 2, power 02, power 204, DC Center, Southwest 9490, amazing copy, clearance, level 1 yet.
That's amazing. I couldn't have done this when I was 9 years old. I hear this kid.
Southwest 9498, Washington Center, thank you
Okay,
for
so
your
we're
patience.
past
Sorry
Thumb.
about that. Clear LaGuardia, exit 3 departure, that is followed by maintain 3000, 27012 minutes after.
This kid sounds like he's 9 years old.
Frequency with me, squawk 3651,
He's way beyond where my years.
Copy that, we'll squawk 3651 Southwest 998.
Southwest 9498, send us with your colleague, call it fully short, runway ready to go.
Copy that.
Delta 724, turn right heading 040, river to 12 o'clock, 2 miles.
Okay, so 250.
040, and we do have the river in sight for Delta 724.
Oh, I gotta drop this down.
Thank you, I love you, wind 2304, clear land runway 19, and clear for the river visual approach runway 19.
Clear for the river visual 19, and clear to land 19 for Delta 724.
VNav. Go back.
Delta 724, and you can start turning inbound now, it's better.
Roger, will do.
That's the trick. I was screwed up right there. I forgot to put my altitude down to flight level 230. And the fix for that, if the airplane can do it. Oh, come on. VNav direct. You hit VNav direct, and it will restart your VNav for you. I've got another 3 or 4 miles. It's going to dive pretty good here. Yeah, so VNav direct is the same thing as VNav now. Like right now.
55 river from your 12 to 3 o'clock, 5 miles from port of things.
I got the river in sight for carriage 43 there.
So that's real handy. You can descend early if you want, or if you're like if the controller holds you up, or if you screw up like I just did, you just hit VNav direct, make sure your VNav is active, and it takes you right down.
Number 53720, what approach do you want to call for?
I'd like to get the ILS to 33 right if I can.
Number 53720, expect the ILS runway 33 right approach.
720, ILS runway 33 right. Let's see, so I've got to load that sucker. So, Proc, how are we doing? Let's see, so we're on the way to white, we're at 230. I don't need to change my altitude yet, but that's a hard altitude. So I can put in 210. I can go ahead and put that in. And yeah, I'll slow down a little bit. I'll leave it like that. Alright, so 33 right, and
Verticalsim 4395 traffic, 1 o'clock, 10 miles, he's on the river vision 19.
I got him in sight,
Verticalsim 4395, follow that traffic, clear for the river vision runway
it
19
says
approach.
vectors.
Follow the
It's
traffic,
only
clear
option.
for visual 100 approach.
And there's reasons, but if you can avoid it, don't use vectors. You pick a fix. There's reasons to do that.
Delta 1126, Baltimore-Washington, cross runway 21, continue on to the parking lot.
Enter. Okay. Yeah, we're good there.
We're crossing runway, 22.
Yeah, if you load up vectors, you won't get your fixes outside of the intermediate fix, I think. I think it blows away all those fixes. So, but if you pick a fix, then you get all those fixes on the approach. 111.9 or 5. God, that kid sounds so good. Good for him. Okay, so my frequencies. Sync up my heading. And I'm going to switch to.
Yeah, it reflects what the door gave me. It wasn't reflecting it.
Let's see, I'm going to hit VNav again.
Right, thank you.
Get it started down. V path. Yeah, that's right. But where's my VNav tape? It should. Oh, that's an at or above. So my next hard altitude is, I've got to be at or below 17 at Vulcan. So let's see where it's gonna. At or below 17, so I better put in 17 at Vulcan. Or do it manually, one or the other, because it looks like it doesn't want me to descend until there, so I'm going to do a flight plan. I'm going to make that a hard altitude.
Breakout 4395, number 2, with the runway 19 foot land.
And then I'll go back. Yeah, now we're good. Because it was going to hold me up to here, which is too late. I wanted to earlier. So there's that. And since I'm just cruising along here, I'm going to switch to heading mode, and I'm going to take my CDI, and final approach course is 335. And then go CDI back and back to nav, and turn VNav back on. Yep, we're good. I always turn that on if I'm going to get especially if you're going to get vectors, because you're not going to be on the GPS at that point. So get it set up beforehand. And when he gives me a vector, I'll just switch right over to CDI right then.
Parking via Kilo for 724 the ATC, and I'll see you next time. See ya! Yeah.
Delta 724, Washington Center, I got a question for you when we get the chance.
724, go ahead.
724, is there an event or is there a crew flight in Washington? Because I don't know, man.
I don't know. I didn't see an event. I don't think there's an event, but you know, you never know.
I mean, I know it would be an event, but there's plenty of raffles in Washington.
What did I say?
Maybe there's
he wasn't that busy when I first signed on, and then all of a sudden it's like everybody just descended on the airport.
Brickyard 4395.
Okay, so at or above 18, and then I've got to be at or below. Okay, and then I've got to be in 13 miles. I've got to go from 17 down to 12.
Vertical track.
Contact Addtional 132.97.
Let's see. So where was I? So I may make this a 16. I got to get my altitude down. I'm gonna make that 15. And I'm going to change this to 15,000. No, clear. That's not what I wanted you to do.
Southwest 1124, Washington Center, Logan, clear to LaGuardia dock before departure, then is filed. On maintain 5,000, 21010 minutes after. Departure frequency with me,
Okay.
squawk 3646.
So now my descent rate's going to be pretty high.
3646.
But I've got to make sure I stay above 18,000, so I'm going to alt-sill back up to 18.
Feedback for pushing your discretion, call right for taxi, runway 19.
Okay, now we're good. So now I can go down to 15.
And so with 66, are we getting further descent?
Southwest 656, going to maintain 4,000, river 3 o'clock, 4 miles and 46.
Look at that scenery.
And so with
Yeah, I wasn't going to have the same thing happen tonight as I had last night.
and down to 4,000.
Vertical track.
Southwest 656, Liberty, River runway 19 approach.
And for the visual, river visual runway 19, and so with 66.
And 1476, contact Atlanta Center 132.97.
132.97, and 1476, good night.
Good night, Delta 9.
Yeah, I'm way above the path, but I'm correcting quickly.
Contact Atlanta Center 132.97, that's not how to get over here.
Yeah. Thank you.
One less thing to worry about. Then I've got to be at or below 12,000, between 10 and 12 there. At J-Ho. So, and then... And then 9,000... Yeah. So I'm going to make this a hard altitude too, and then I don't have to worry about it.
Cross 22, kilo to the ramp, have a good night, and yeah, we're in a group flight this more or less, going to fly the river visual.
Okay, that makes more sense. I was genuinely curious. I had no idea what was going on.
He's the famous YouTuber.
So I'll set that to 12 right there.
His name's the Southwest
The,
pilot, go subscribe to him.
Greg, you got that XP Realistic loaded up, don't you?
Yep, I do.
Like you did.
Southwest,
Seemed like it was
9498, technical 5 regular special
bank.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. You know, I don't use it so much on the TBM since the sounds are really good. And that thing got down to 15,000 in a hurry.
Getting slow.
Oh,
yeah, I'm
sorry.
tired of fighting
Sorry.
that sim.
Airspeed.
I'll mess with them another time.
I pulled my power way back to help with the descent. So I got my heading bug. Okay, so we are coming up on Vulcan. No? We are coming up on Vulcan. How could that be? This is off. That's what that is. Okay. So 3 minutes and 20 seconds until I start down.
Southwest 656, wind 2103, runway 19 clear.
I'm going to make that enter a hard altitude.
Southwest 656.
Yeah, that helps. So J on, we have to be at 12. Yeah, this map is not to scale. If you don't turn the initial separator on in icing conditions, does it simulate possible engine trouble? Yes, it does. And it'll also simulate rocks going inside your engine and messing with your fan blades. And even if it doesn't destroy your engine, it can partially destroy it. It remembers, it accumulates damage. There's a state, let's see. I'm good there. Okay. Look at that. Wow. Man. Yeah, it remembers the state. So if you get a pebble in your engine, it'll do a little bit of damage. If you get a bigger rock, it'll do more damage. And the next time you fly, it will have knowledge of that. And it'll just get worse and worse until you get your engine overhauled or the thing breaks. So getting your inertial separator on is wise. Okay, go back up here, and this is 9,000, so let me just put that in, and in fact I can go down to 6,000.
Southwest 9498, flight runway heading with calm runway
Have you ever
5 right.
suffered from carb ice for rail drag when you were flying?
No. No.
I never did either. You know, they always pull the carb heat on. It's kind of funny though. I learned about carb ice in my '81 BMW driving back from Gatwick to Lakenheath. It was carbureted and the conditions were just right. I was climbing a hill. And I noticed the engine was rough, and I noticed I kept pushing on the gas until I literally had my foot on the floor and the engine was developing no thrust. And the barber I had was a BMW guy, and he said, "You had carb ice."
Yeah.
I said, "God damn, I'd never seen that happen."
Not in a car. Never seen that.
It was, and I'm assuming it's almost exactly the same thing that happens in an aircraft engine. It's like you got the throttle wide open and nothing's happening. It's
Yeah.
really strange.
Yeah. Well, in a turbine, it just a chunk of ice will accumulate on the entry, the entry of the air intake, and then break off.
Yeah, that's bad news.
Yeah. I do forget the inertial separator myself sometimes. But, if you do, you just shrug your shoulders and go, well, try to remember next time. You're supposed to turn it on at 5,000 feet. Turn it on when you're descending through 5,000 and turn AGL. And then turn it off when you're climbing above 5,000 AGL. And it takes about 25 seconds. So, and I usually back my power off to about 75 when I turn it off, because torque will go up and ITT will go down. So I'm going to go ahead and turn my lights on because I don't want to forget. Got to remember your old
Vertical track.
training days before you were flying the 738, right? Six 6,000 is my bottom altitude.
Delta 102 Washington.
What does that say? What's that message say? Landing west. Expect assigned instrument approach or radar vector to final approach course after Jetna.
Where are you seeing this message?
It's right here on the approach plate, or on the star plate.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'm done. So I'm done with this. I can go over to this one. I've already got my course set to 335. My minimums are set right there.
Take care. Thank you for the service. That's fine.
Thanks for flying.
This is the first time I've flown up in this area with ATC.
Sometimes just for the ambiance, I'll turn on live ATC to, whatever departure or center I'm on. And that's kind of fun. And, you get used to hearing the freaks, and it's not as scary as it usually is.
Yeah.
You suck. Get off the frequency. You dirtbag.
Yeah, I've got that XATC chatter that I turn on. It's just,
Vertical track.
but yeah, live ATC is kind of cool. It's,
You never know what you're going to hear on there, too. I mean,
no, you don't. Well,
one
you're
night
okay.
some guys saw some UFOs or something up over Oregon, and ATC was calling everybody and their mother, hey, can you see this guy?
Visible moisture with outside air temperature below 5 degrees. So I always turn it on at 10. If I'm flying through clouds or if there's visible moisture, but if it's 5, it's 5. Maybe it's 10 for Fahrenheit. No, that wouldn't be right. That would be 42 Fahrenheit. Okay, VNAV is armed. This, yeah, see, it's white over here and then it turns green. I'm assuming he's just going to vector me, so he'll be giving me altitudes over here.
Vertical track.
And it'll say vertical track at the bottom of your descent to remind you to put your hand on the throttle and power up if you need to. So yeah, this is Verticalsim's Baltimore-Washington. That guy's producing a lot of stuff lately. And it's cheap as it could be. Like you can get like 3 or 4 airports in the Northeast right now for 18 bucks. Like they're, you know, all of them. Not a piece, that's all of them. It's got a Northeast pack. And I think Baltimore right now is like $8 or $6 or something. Okay, so now we're done with all the VNAV stuff.
So you're getting back there now?
You know, it amazed me how accurate this G1000 is. It's there's only like a couple of things missing out of a generic G1000.
Is that synthetic vision on the
Yep, it is.
PFD? But that's not on like on the X-Plane default
No.
72, is it? I didn't think it was.
Yeah, no, that's something that the TBM guys built, and they're letting the TorqueSim people use it too. So TorqueSim's Pocket Rocket has it too. So did this guy go away? I haven't heard a peep out of anybody.
We went to the lake.
I've got to get down to 3,000 at some point. I heard somebody signing off, and I'm not sure if that was him or not. But all of a sudden, nobody's saying a word. So 122.8 for me.
Can you open that little window to see who's out there?
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, hold on.
I was trying to figure out how to do that.
He's not there. I got to descend.
Bailed on
Yes, down. Let's see. So it's 3,000.
Probably was determined non-essential and the government closed.
Glad you mentioned the window. And let's see. So I'm coming up on the approach. I'm not sure if I'm going to make it down in time. I'm going to try.
Landing gear.
Split
Yeah,
S.
I know. I'll put notch of flaps out. Oh,
Landing gear.
see, I got my 10 knots extra on my flaps. I was at 188. I have to be at 178. Damn it. So CDI. See, I'm already above the glide slope, but I'm catching up. So I can click approach.
You said you had to have a stable approach.
Yeah, see, it's gonna remember that. It's like a, you know, a vindictive airplane. Now that's a strange way to line up for the ILS, if you ask me. But
Don't forget your best approach altitude.
oh yeah, but is it gonna turn? Is it gonna turn, or what's it gonna do here?
You're on a localizer here. Is this an ILS or an RNAV?
It's an ILS.
Let's see a localizer later.
All right, so
There you go.
gotta get the range in so I can see this. Okay, it's not awful. And I'll just move that over there for right now. So I'm okay. Got a notch of flaps, and I'll go ahead and get the gear down, even though I'm good there. And I'm on the glide slope. I've got 3 green. Missed approach altitude is 3,000, which is already set.
I think you're off at that speed.
Huh?
What is your airspeed? Oh, I thought it was like 170 something. I was gonna say, holy shit.
No.
You're off.
The gear speed, I think the gear speed is 156.
Yeah, but well, the res isn't too high, and I keep thinking it says 170 on your tape, and it's going, damn.
150.
Yeah.
150. Oh no, that's down. 178. It's the same as the flap speed. Same as the flap speed. 178. Okay, so we've got a ways to go. I'll take over at Oriole. That was good having the ATC on for that long.
They don't seem to stay on very long for very long stretches out here
They do out here on some days. You'd be surprised. Especially the Jacksonville ones. Because I flew from Myrtle Beach down to Jacksonville a few times, and they're good too. I mean, they're very good.
Well, I understand there's some actual controllers that do it just for.
And I have one in particular that I'm very suspicious of because he's very good. Yeah. Not going to mention his name because I'm online, but he knows his stuff.
Can't see the field yet. Are you seeing it?
Yep. Barely. Barely.
Great.
I can just see yeah, I can see it. I'm going to get my speed down a little bit.
Yeah, I like the flight director on this. It's similar to the one on the Polaris.
Yeah, the real G1000 has like 4 choices. This one only has 1. But it's a good one. It's fine.
You're damn glad to have it, too.
Yeah, I am. It really takes the workload off when you're flying an ILS.
There we go. Slow it down. What's that airspeed?
Come on. Come on.
Calculate a VREF, or are you just?
No. 85. I always use 85 knots.
Okay. Because it looks like what the flap arc is about 120. Or maybe I'm reading that wrong.
Okay, last notch of flaps. Let's get down. See, my yoke is still very sensitive in the down angle. I'm not exactly sure if I can. I had it better than that. So there's something I've got to do to fix that.
I see the field.
Or just get used to these settings, one or the other.
Or call maintenance and tell them to fix the damn thing.
Yep. That's a new thing I think in 11.5 too, is you get these cross currents of air at different altitudes. I don't know if that's active sky or because I got a new version of that too. But that makes it a little bit more realistic. They could do better though. If they could get a good up and down draft API out of X-Plane. It does work.
Well, the thunderstorms are pretty good.
Yeah, I'm gonna go visual here.
Minimum.
No Vazzy out there?
Yep, they're there. Pappies are.
They're babbies.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see them yet. Oh, they're there.
Airspeed.
Not bad.
Yeah, I've never been in the North before. That's a pretty neat field.
I'll have to take a look at that.
Put it on the numbers, buddy. Smooth.
That was a good one, I thought.
have that little thing that yells at you and tells you you suck, or everybody's dead, or...
No, I don't. I think that thing would be very annoying.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it off.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll think about it. I saw a couple of guys. I think Captain Canada uses it.
Well, they're always going for the butter. You know, everybody's predictable. You know, the rate of descent and touchdown. Then he gives a little cookie or something.
Transponderist. And we're good.
Cool.
Yeah, he Captain Canada was using it, and Avioman were both using it. And I'm not that impressed by butter. I mean, I could do, you know, I could do a butter landing. What I wanted was a slightly firm landing. You know, that's what I wanted. We check
Just happy
maintenance.
if I can walk away from it.
You want me to check maintenance manager, huh?
I saw that.
No, I mean, pilot guy's telling me I should check the maintenance manager. I will.
I saw that when he put it up there.
Yeah, I will. Let it. You know, I've done that before, and it didn't beat me up bad. And but we'll see.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm just winging it. I've got a. Yeah, so that's the the FBO, I guess, right in front of me here. I'll just come over here. I'll imagine that there's a nice guy with flashlights that's telling me how to do that, or what to do here.
Then you go inside and get a cup of joe and a cookie.
That's right.
The company I work for has got several aircraft. They keep out an FBO here nearby, and every time we go flying with the company jet, it's always a cookie and a cup of coffee.
Taxi
It's
light
never doesn't have
off.
a toilet.
Look, see, the inertial separator is not on.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I forgot. I do forget that. And you just hope there's no rocks out there. But we'll check the maintenance log here in just a sec.
I'd like to see that.
Alright, so the icing is off. Radar transponder is, I guess I can put that on ground. Back, flaps are up, stroke switches off, lights are off, actually, trims are set. Check, check. Bleed switch, AC. Okay, oh, I never started the damn timer. I just like to get it going quickly. And make sure it's in idle. Check. Check. Taxi light is off, AP trim switch. I can shut the oxygen off while I'm here. And then we sit here and wait. Yeah, we'll check the maintenance log as soon as we get the thing shut down. I will say that vStates looks good. No complaints.
Builds the TBM.
I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's D-A-H-E-R. Dyer TBM or something? My timer didn't start. Okay, I'm going to say I've been sitting there for 45 seconds. We'll wait till it gets to a minute and 15. Yeah. I still wouldn't mind having a steam version of this airplane. Even though the G1000 is nice. Then we'll take a look at the landing and maybe take a look at Baltimore-Washington. In fact, we can take a quick look now. $8 airport or something like that. I've been here a few times. Pretty decent. Not bad. Where's Baltimore? This is in between Baltimore. Oh, there's Baltimore right there. I've been there a few times too. Waterfront's real pretty. Got a giant Barnes & Noble there. All right, good enough. All right, nav lights off. That off, that's off, that's off. And just this, and this, and this. And then, let's see, park and brake off, chocks on. We can open the door. Some air in here. Oh my God. Maintenance manager. Let's see what it says. Let's just go right over to the airframe and see what it says. Oh, as new. As new. Right flap, as new. It costs $48,500 to replace.
Ouch.
Yep. Engine's happy. And like I said, it'll give you random failures too. So you don't, just like in the real world, you really don't know if it was your fault or just something else. You always wonder that in the real world. In the sim, you blame it all on X-Plane. Let's do a replay. Flight. Toggle replay. Let's see where we are. A little far out. And what is it? Shift 3? Yep. I don't know. I don't know if this is looking the right way or not. I think that's the right runway. I think that's the runway over there. Let's go backwards. I hope this is the right place. I didn't go long. Probably went beyond that, but we'll see. We'll adjust. Gene, you keep yawning.
Yeah, is it pretty early, Mark? Christ, Jesus, almost midnight there.
Yeah, I know. I gotta get up and work tomorrow. Looking. There I am, right there.
This pilot guy on European time?
Yep, he is. He's in.
Oh my God, it's. What is it there? It must be
4 a.m. after 4.
I was gonna say, good Lord.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna move over a little bit. So grade my landing.
Where are you? Oh, there you are.
Yeah, right there. Hard to tell. I think I need to back it up and do it again. Not so far out this time. Get out here past the glide slope.
Nice.
Oh, that was okay. Would have liked to have,
Darn good.
yeah, would have liked to have the nose up a little higher, but that's okay.
Nope, stand by.
One more from the tower. I just can't resist. Let's see, which is the tower? Is that 5? Yeah, I like to do the tower. There I am. Is there any way to zoom in on that? Yes, well, I'd have to change views. There we go. Yeah, this was a good one on the blocks and on center line. Yeah, I'm getting used to my new. I'll just be happy when I get it. Yeah, I do have a yoke. You know, as good as the as old, really, really old, and as the yoke is, it's still a yoke. It's so that helps. But I am looking forward to replacing it. So yeah. So not too bad. I like the tower views a lot. I used to love to watch airplanes land. But I need some airplanes out here. Yeah, well, I'll do another 737 flight before and I'm going to use experimental flight mode because that may have been what screwed up my my controls. It lost all of its my curves for this airplane when I did something. I don't know what it was, but that's what I've been working on is getting
Hey,
them
Greg, I'm
fixed.
gonna have to bail. The pesky dog needs to go to the bathroom again.
All right, all right. We'll talk to you later, Gene.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and get all this VATSIM crap straightened out. We'll get this thing going one of these days.
Sure, yeah. We'll do, like I said, if I can, I'm going to do a 738 flight tomorrow. So maybe we can find a good scenic route someplace.
Yeah, I think that'd be fun.
Yep. All right, Gene.
All right, buddy, take care.
Yeah, hit me up on Discord, and if I'm around, we can plan something. Okay, bye.
Take care.
Bye. Let's see. There's something. All right, so I could just shut off replay mode, and I'm here, and the door's open, and I will put on my things. Gotta remember to do this. So no complaints from anything. I'll go out here. I'll close the doors. And we're all set for the next time. Pilot guy, you need to go to bed. I guess you don't have to get up for work tomorrow anyway. But, yeah. There she is. Alright, I'm going to call it a night myself. I'm going to go upstairs and catch some winks before I get up tomorrow morning at 6:30. if you're still there or not. Okay, well, I'm just going to call it a night. I will hopefully see you again. Maybe might